Good evening, students. Now, 21st April 2021, we are going to learn the chapter 2nd, the emergence of Islam. In previous video, we have learned some topics of this chapter. That was the emergence of Islam, in which we knew what is the Islam and how the Islam raised, and who is the Prophet Muhammad Sahab, and how he raised the Islam, and what did he teach to our humanitarian for develop their social and religious statement. After that, we touch the point, the main tenets of Islam. There were, in this topic, we learned the 5 tenets of Islam, that were Kalma, Roja, Namaz, Hajj and Zakat also. And in also this topic we learn about the God is all powerful, knowing and all merciful, invisible, and Muhammad is the prophet. It is said that the God is all powerful. The Islam considered that the God is all powerful and Muhammad is his prophet. The second, image worship is a curse. In the Islam, image worship is curse. It is banned, the image worship in the Islam, because Islamists do not faith in the image worship. They consider that there is only one God, and who is the all powerful, and Muhammad is his prophet, and prophet means the messenger of God. After that, there is a life after that. The Islam consider that after that there is a life, and in second life the man gets what he had done, what he have done in previous work as per the basis of his previous task. So it is said that the one will be rewarded with life in heaven or hell, and punished in hell according to his one's dates. Dates means previous work. After that, we come to the points. All men are equal in the Islam. Islam says that all the men are equal. There should be no class hurted, and there should no difference in any class. After that, we touch the point. One should observe the 5 pillars of Islam, and Islam considered that the person who belong to Islam, who believe in Islam, they will have to faith in 5 pillars of Islam. These are the 5 duties of Islam, which is they have the 5 duties of Islam, and they will have to follow the 5 pillars. The first was Kalma, Namaz, Zakat, Ramzan and Hajj. The Kalma means erecting hymnus for the Quran. The meaning of Kalma is that to read the hymnus of Quran, the lines of Quran given in the Quran, which was adopted by the Islamist, and Muhammad was the founder of Islam. The second is Namaz and Hajj. Kalma means according to the Quran, and name Namaz means praying. What is the meaning of Namaz? In our Hindu Dharma, we worship the God with singing a prayer and arti. That's as it is in the Islam. Namaz means to pray the God in per day is 5 times. And after the Zakat, the means of Zakat is charity. The Islam considered that every person who belongs to Islam, they will have to charity some the needy person as per his system. And third is Ramzan. Ramzan means the holy month of Ramzan. There is a month in the Ramzan, the Islamist person fast and put the fast in over complete day, and in the evening they open their roja. Okay, that is the say of Ramzan. After that, the point we come to at the spread of Islam. What is the point? The spread of Islam. Okay, we touch the point, spread of Islam. Spread of Islam. After Muhammad died in 632 C, when the Muhammad Sahab died in the year of 632 C, we come to the point, spread of Islam. The second point, first point is spread of Islam. When the Muhammad died in 632 C, in the 630 C, Muhammad Sahab, the prophet of Islam, was died, and the leadership came under the control of the Khalifas of or Khalifa. And after the direct leadership of Islam came under the Khalifa or Caliphate. Who is the Khalifa and Caliphate? The leader of Islamists belonging to religious or social ground. They were called the Khalifa. The first Khalifa was his faithful follower. Who was the first Khalifa of his faithful follower? Was Abu Bakr. So Abu Bakr was the first Khalifa of Muhammad Sahab who followed the Islam. Inspired with the zeal to spread Islam. He inspired with the Islam and happily spread the Islam. He set out the one of the path of conquest, and within a century he set out a religious so many tasks. Within that century, Islam had spread widely across North Africa and Spain. After that, the Islam spread over the North Africa and Spain also, over the Turkish and the to Persia and India. And in the India and Persia also, Islam spread after the death of Muhammad Sahab. The first follower of Muhammad Sahab after the death was Abu Bakr, and he spread the Islam in the North Africa and Persia and India also. Okay. The Arabs also built new cities like Baghdad and Cairo and inspired the vibrant culture. It is said that the Arabians made the and built the new cities like Baghdad. Arabians made the new city like Baghdad and Cairo also, and spread their vibrant culture. Vibrant means developed control. They have spread their developed control. And after that we come to the point. The Umayyad dynasty. Who was the Umayyad dynasty? The Umayyad dynasty was the Umayyad dynasty were the ruling people of the Muslim Caliphate. Who were the Umayyad dynasty? The Umayyad dynasty was the ruling people of the Umayyad Caliphate between 661 and 750, and later of Islamic Spain between 750 and 1030. Who were the Umayyad? It is about the Umayyad dynasty. Umayyad were the ruling family of the Muslim Caliphate who ruled between the 661 century CE to 750, and later after the 750 later they also ruled the 750 to 1031. In the pre-Islamic period, they were a prominent clan of the Mikka tribe. Quraysh, the Umayyad were also called the clan of Umayyad dynasty, which belonged to the Quraysh. Okay. It is said that the Umayyad dynasty 661 to 750 ruled from Damascus. What is where the Damascus? Damascus is the capital of Syria presently. Abu Dhabi 75 middle of the 150 EC ruled from Baghdad, and they also ruled from the Baghdad. Their rule was marked by growth in all fields. Their rules were as a markable rules in all fields, and they developed so many fields in the all fields. Harun al-Rashid was a famous ruler of this dynasty, and it is known that the Harun al-Rashid was a famous ruler of this dynasty. The Abbasids worked a lot for the welfare of the people. Abbasids, it is said that Abbasids done a lot for the welfare for the common people. And after the point we come to the trade of Islam. The Arabs conquered many parts of the world and spread the message of Muhammad. The Arabs conquered. What is the meaning of conquer? They victory on the many places. They victory on the many parts of the world. So the Arabs conquered many parts of the world and spread the message of Islam. And after victory, they spread this message of Muhammad to all over the places where they conquered. They set up their empire in Asia Minor, Persia, North Africa and Spain. They set up their empire in little side of India and Persia and North Africa also. They set up their empire in the satellite of India and North Africa and Persia also. Trade and conquest led to economic prosperity. Trade and conquest means victory, lead to economic prosperity. After doing the trade and victory on various places, the economic prosperity, they lead to economic prosperity. Avians lead their economic prosperity. What is the meaning of prosperity? Happiness and develop. which in turn led to developments in various other fields. And after the victory, they lead the various fields also. They also absorbed the best from other civilians and culture, and they learn and put so many best from other civilians to for their culture also. It is said the Abbasids controlled the important trade route linking the Mediterranean Sea with China and India, and it is also said that the Abbasid dynasty, who ruled the from the Baghdad, also controlled the sea route, important trade route linking the Mediterranean Sea with China and India, the route which was controlled by the Abbasid, which linked the China and India also at that time. For about 700 years, until the discovery of sea routes, till the 700 years, until the discovery of the sea routes around Africa by the European, until the sea route discovered in the discover the sea routes around Africa by Africa to Europe, till the 15th century, trade between Europe and the East was completely in the hand of Arab. It is said that till the 15th century, the trade was fully controlled in the hands of Arab, because the important trade route linking the Mediterranean Sea with China and India for about 70 until the discovery of the sea route around Africa by Abraham. In the 15th century, trade between the Europe and Africa was totally completed in the hands of Arab. Standing at the meeting point of trade routes, Baghdad became a flourishing and rich city. Baghdad was standing in the midpoint of their trade route, and this is the reason why Baghdad became a flourishing and the rich city. Okay, the silk jewelry spice from the east. They trade the silk, spicy, and from the east they trade the silk, spicy, and silk from the east side, and ivory from Africa. Ivory means the system used. Ivory means the teeth of element used for a various type of items. That is the ivory. What is the meaning of ivory? Ivory is used various type of item manufactured from the teeth of element. That is called the ivory. Ivory from Africa. They trade the ivory from Africa, and linen from Egypt. The linen means a type of clothing from Egypt, and the fur and honey from Russia. What is the meaning of fur? This is like a dress which is manufactured from the animal's skin and their hair also. That is called the ivory. That was purchased from and trade from the Africa. And honey from Russia, where some of the things traded by the Arabs. These types of item which was traded by the Arab till the 15th century. Frankincense which was used in the pharmacy and cosmetics, and the date palm were some of the products they trade in the custom of slave trade also widely prevalent among the Arabs. The custom of slave. What is the meaning of slave? Das. What is the meaning of slave? Slave means das. Was also prevalent among the Arabs also. Now come to the point. Intellectual progress. What is the meaning of intellectual progress? Their logical development, and their logical progress. The Arabs made significant contribution to the growth of astronomy. It is said that in the field of astronomy, Arabs were also developing contribution and significant growth in the astronomy and mathematics, chemistry, medicine, and agriculture. It is said that the Arabs made significant. Arab developed so many contributions to the growth of astronomy, mathematics, chemistry, medicine, and agriculture also. They also introduced new style in architecture. They introduced also the new style of architecture and literature and poetry also. They also introduced the new style of architecture. Meaning architecture means a process of build the buildings. That is called the architecture. And literature and poetry. Literature means in the culture, and literature and poetry also. The famous work of Arabs are the Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam and Shahnama by Al-Firdausi and the Arabian Nights. These types of poetry prepared by Arab were famous on that time. Now we come to the point of Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam. Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam. Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam is the title that Edward Fitzgerald gave to his 1859 translation from Persian to English. There was a writer named Edward Fitzgerald who translated his 1859 translation from Persian to English of a selection of quatrains that called the Rubaiyat. And who was the Khayyam? The Khayyam was a Persian polymath, mathematician, astronomy, philosopher and poet. That is the Rubaiyat of Khayyam. And Shahnama by the Shahnama is a long epic poem written by the Persian poet Firdausi. There was a poet named Firdausi who wrote the epic Shahnama between 977 C and 101 C, 977 century to 1010 C, and is the national epic of Greater Iran, and that became the national epic of the Greater Iran at that time, consisting of some 5,000 distages. It is known that the Shahnama was consisting of 50,000 distages or couplets. It is the world's longest epic poem, and it is considered the world's longest poem. Okay. Now, at the last point, the Abidas showed a remarkable capacity to learn from others. Abidas dynasty, we know about the Abidas dynasty. They remarkable capacity to learn from others. They have the remarkable capacity. They learn so much capacity. They learn so much from the others. The Caliphs welcomed new ideas in Baghdad. Caliphs welcomed the new ideas in Baghdad. Many works of literature were translated from Greek. Many works from literature were translated from the Greek also. Chinese, Egyptian, Sanskrit into Arabic. These languages, the culture of the very translated, the works literature from the various languages like Chinese, Egyptian, Sanskrit were translated into Arabic in that time. They learnt about the manufacturing of glass. Glass means glass. Paper and use of marine's compass. They also prepare to use the marine compass. What is the meaning of marine compass? Compass is the equipment by which we travel and know the direction of selected place. This is the compass. Okay. And the last point, we come to the point, the Turks. By the 19th century CE, the power of the Caliphate declined and Arab world split into many small. By the ending of 9th century, it is said that the power of the Caliphate declined. Decline means to get down. And the Arabs were split into many small, and Arabs were split into many small kingdoms. Small kingdoms. In the absence of political center, two powerful states were set up in the Ghazni and Ghor. After the decline of Arabs, the two emperors were come to the power, who were Ghazni and Ghor, by Turkish ruler, with the help of the Turkish ruler. They ultimately established one of the greatest Muslim empires in the medieval India. It is said about the Turkish, they ultimately established one of the greatest Muslim empires in medieval India. And that is the end of video. And next class we cover the exercise of that chapter. Okay, have a good day.